All right. Welcome back to One Thing for Certain. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. Um, I can truly say that I had an amazing Christmas. Had a great time with the family on Christmas Eve. A great time with my other family on Christmas Day. Just a lot of great food, a lot of great presents. I hope everybody was happy with the gifts they received. I know I was. I got some amazing gifts. Um, so funny thing is, I wasn't planning on actually making a video tonight. But I had plans, and then the plans kind of fell through. Um, so I didn't have anything to do. So I've been sitting on this situation that a couple sent me a week ago, but I didn't want to make the video during Christmas or right before Christmas. And so I figured now I got some free time. Let me go ahead and address it. But before I do, if you remember my last video, there was a couple that broke up, and the gentleman was upset about his ex girlfriend uh, kind of moving on, I guess you could say. So I gave him some advice, and I was going to reach out to him and ask how everything was going. And lo and behold, before I did, I got an email from his girlfriend. And it is the nicest email. I wanted to read it real quick. Again, I always ask. They will perfectly fine with me reading their email. It says, "Hey, LA, first of all, love your videos. And honestly, until my boyfriend told me I wasn't a subscriber, but now I definitely am. My boyfriend and I are back together and doing great, thanks to your words. Glad I could help. He told me he sent in our situation and you gave the best advice." She put that in all caps. She put especially about the door closing. He let me watch the video and it was so good. Neither one of us want the door to close, and we are now doing great and working on our previous issues that we had to cause the breakup in the first place. I don't know how many couples you have helped, but you definitely helped us. And based off your other videos that I've watched, you have a gift. And we thank you. And I especially thank you, your newest subscriber, Sweet Girl 219. Okay, first of all, thank you for that nice email. And I truly do mean it when I say I'm glad you guys are working things out. And again, listen, I like I said in the video, you don't want that door to close. Believe me, you don't. And if there's, you guys can sit down and work things out and get that door to, keep that door open. Because like I said in the last video, you don't want that door to permanently close. Because you'll think, okay, it's fine, I'll move on to somebody else. But when you try to go back through that door and it ain't open anymore, I've been down that road. It's not a good feeling. But thankfully, you guys don't have to experience that at all because you guys got things worked out. So, Sweet Girl 219, thank you very much. Thank you for becoming a new subscriber. And I'm glad your boyfriend let you watch the video. I was brutally honest with him. I'm glad it worked out for you guys. And hopefully I've helped other couples. I mean, I've received other emails where I gave them advice and they love it. I wouldn't say it's a gift. Unfortunately, some of this stuff I've actually been through myself, so I wouldn't say that's a gift. All right, but again, thank you very much. I hope you guys continue to do great and keep me posted. Now, tonight's topic is very interesting. I have a couple, and believe it or not, I have spoken to both of them. They have a situation where the girlfriend is getting flirted on. They're getting flirted on and with on Facebook, and the boyfriend doesn't like it. His problem is he's like, these guys are hearting her photos, and on the surface you would think big deal, they're hearting her photos. Now, I had this conversation the other day, and I'm gonna say something that's controversial. Listen, if you guys don't agree with me, you listen. Let's argue. So I asked him. Listen, I said, I told her. I said, listen. have your girlfriend reach out to me. Let me find out what's going on with these hearts and everything else. Because normally when I do these videos, I get one side of the story. I try to get the best advice I can based off one person. Well, in this situation, I talked to both of them. And I asked the young lady, I said, you know, your boyfriend wants me to address this issue on my channel. And he's talking about, I guess, you have a lot of guys that heart your pictures. And she said, so she told me, she said, listen, first of all, let me say this. And I don't want everybody jumping on him. It's not just guys. He said, look, if it's guys that she's known for years and they grew up together and stuff like that, that's fine. His problem is he's getting these new faces that he don't know. And when he asked her about it, she's like, oh, I just met him. Now, there lies my problem. This hearting pictures and everything else, in this day and age, I'm just going to say it. Like I said, if you don't agree with me, let's argue. And this goes for guys and girls. If you meet somebody and in a couple of weeks y'all Facebook friends and you're in a relationship and this guy or this girl is hearting your pictures, that's a problem. I got over 760 some friends on Facebook, and I can tell you right now, every last one of them I've known for years. I can't even remember the last time I think the last person I added was my cousin. That was probably about a week ago. Other than that, I don't add a lot of people. And then being in a relationship, I don't friend a female I just met. Whether it's at church, Target, the mall, the gym, I don't heart pictures of people I just met. Or I don't even friend people I just met. We're not friends like that. Now, her excuse was she was Christmas shopping and she ran into a guy in the men's section that was about the same size as the boyfriend. She asked him, hey, can you hold this up to you? Can you try this on? And if it fits, she said, okay, my boyfriend should be able to whack it. They're about the same size. My question was, how is it y'all got to talking so much in that men's section that he got your Facebook page? I understand. Look, I understand the whole trying on the shirt. He's about my boyfriend's size. I get it. Listen, when I was married, I did that a couple of times. I was at a women's clothing store and I saw a young lady that was about my ex-wife's size, and I said, hey, can you hold this up to you? And it looked like it fit. That was the conversation. That was it. She didn't get my name, my last name, and none of that stuff. So I'm a little concerned that just that quick, you gave this guy your Facebook information. And so I asked her a question. I said, let me ask you this. Because we were messaging. We weren't talking because I don't really exchange my phone numbers with people like that. We were messaging. And I'd already talked to the boyfriend. And I asked her this question. I said, listen. I said, now this is going to come out on the channel, but I'm going to ask you this question. How many times have this guy reached out to you since you became Facebook friends? And she said, oh, a couple of times. He just asked how I was doing. That's a problem. In this day and age, if you are in a relationship and you give a young lady or a young man your Facebook page, it's just like giving them your phone number. In a lot of ways, it's worse. Because in Facebook, you got access to pictures and all kind of stuff. And I hate when people try to hide behind it's just a friend. Because look, I got a million friends, and I can tell you right now, they all have been friends of mine for years. Okay? So, this is my advice here. Now, this is to both of them, because they both, at this point, they both know what's going on. They both wanted me to make this video, and they both wanted me to address it. So I'm going to be honest with you. This is to the young lady. You're wrong. Your boyfriend's got a right to be upset. Because if my girlfriend is messaging some guy she just met on Facebook, then there's a problem. Because here's what she's doing. She's cracking open an opportunity And look, I've been that dude. Okay? Not that guy anymore, but I've been that dude. Where if you give me a little crack, I'm stepping in. And ladies and gentlemen, when y'all, because guys do it too, befriend these ladies, and oh, they're just a friend asking me how I'm doing. Really? That's how it works? Because I can tell you, back in the day, if I hearted a picture of somebody I just met, I'm not just hearting that picture. Especially if we just met. I'm hearting that picture to let you know I have my eye on you. Now, another reason why she's wrong is I asked her this as well. I said, are you hearting any of his photos? And she said, yeah, only a couple. That's wrong too. Because if you're in a relationship and you're hearting this guy's pictures, here's what you're doing. You're saying, hey, I'm in a relationship, but if things go south, I'm going to leave these breadcrumbs for you. And again, if you think I'm wrong, then tell me. If you think I'm wrong, tell me. But I don't think I'm wrong. Facebook has become a dating site almost. Okay? It started off with people just reconnecting with old friends from back in high school or wherever the case may be. And then slowly but surely, it became a dating site. It's almost like a dating site. I told a guy the other day at work, I said, let me tell you something. And I'm a test. I might lose some male subscribers by saying this. Here's a test right here. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a test for your relationship. If you think your relationship shaky, the secrets aren't in the phone text messages. You know what the secrets are? Ask your significant other one day, next day, tomorrow, or later on tonight. Say, hey, let me see your Facebook Messenger. Watch kind of reaction you get. Watch the reaction you get. That's where the treasure trove of evidence is if you think they're doing something. It ain't nothing nowadays to exchange codes on somebody's phone. Because when you get somebody's phone, if you think they're up to something, first thing you want to do is look at the text messages. Nobody ever thinks to look at Messenger. Because think about it. This young lady said, oh, well, he messaged me and asked me how I'm doing. He's messaging us through Facebook. Because I asked her, I said, does he have your phone number? She's like, no, because I'm in a relationship. Exactly. You're in a relationship. He shouldn't be on, you guys just met. Why are y'all Facebook friends? I'm just saying. I'm literally just saying, it's a bad idea. It creates trust issues. So your boyfriend's got a point. He's got a reason to be upset. Because you just met this guy. And you're already hearting pictures. He's already hearting your pictures. He's already sending you messages in the inbox. Come on. Let's be real here, okay? You really think that guy's just wanting to be your friend? Because if that happened to me and some lady asked me, hey, can you try on this shirt? Can you put this shirt on you because you look like you're my boyfriend or my husband's size? I'll hold it up. I said, what do you think? Oh, yeah. And that's it. I might say, well, that's a nice present. You have a nice day. And I'm done. I have no reason to make this lady my Facebook friend. I just met you. You just asked me to hold a shirt up. And now we're Facebook friends and we're hearting each other's pictures. And I'm sending you messages in your inbox. You really think your boyfriend gonna believe that? And I'm telling you now, your boyfriend don't believe that. Now, you agreed to give me your side of the story. He's already gave me his side of the story. So yeah, I guess y'all want me to play judge and jury. I'm gonna play judge and jury. You're wrong. You need to cut this guy. You don't know him. Cut him off. What's the point? What's the point? Because if I'm the boyfriend, I'm gonna feel some type of way. Or I told you how to test it, showing the messages. Let's see how innocent it really is. But I don't think you will, because like I said before, the answers aren't in the phone text messages. Most of the dirt is gonna be in Messenger. But again, I just personally feel like you should cut this off. Because being in relationships today is hard enough without inviting temptation into your relationship. Even the most strongest relationships on solid ground, right? Even the most solid relationships on solid ground, you don't invite temptation into a relationship. Why are you doing that? What's the point? That's just nothing but trouble. And Facebook has created this thing. It's just it didn't do it on purpose. It's just you got to understand that how it looks. If your boyfriend was hearting photos of some girl he just met, you'd be losing your mind right now. Don't tell me you wouldn't. Don't tell me you wouldn't, because you know I'm telling you the truth. You have got to look at it at the other side. I've told plenty of couples that you guys will be surprised how many people reach out to me for advice. I don't post the videos. Sometimes we just talk. I've gotten messages on TikTok asking me about stuff like this. Let me tell you something. The biggest issue in relationships right here is one of the partners in the relationship not satisfied. And I don't mean financially, I don't mean sexually or whatever you want to. They're not satisfied. They're always thinking there's something out there that's better. And if that's your mentality, you need to stay single. Because that previous couple that I read the letter about, that's the thing. You go out here looking for something better, right? But then when that door closes and you can't go back, then it's too late. But my thing is, I'm gonna ask you guys now. Y'all can talk about it after you watch this video. Is there something in this relationship that I'm missing where you felt the need to give some complete stranger that you met in the mall buying a shirt for your boyfriend and y'all Facebook friends just like that? He's hearting pictures just like that. Like, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I've hearted females' photos, but I can promise you, it's people I've known for years or their family. I cannot tell you the last time I hearted a picture of somebody that I just met. But again, like I said, I don't just friend people on Facebook like that. I gotta know you. Not I bumped into you in the grocery store, we talked for 5 seconds, and now we Facebook friends. So, my conclusion is, sweetheart, you wrong. And y'all need to sit down. He's got a point. But again, if it's innocent, then let him see the messages. I don't think you will. And I'm hoping that you listen to this advice and I can help you guys out like I helped the last couple. But messaging this guy is not the answer. And you told me you got a good man. You told me that yourself. You messaged me and said, I got a great guy. He makes me happy. And so why are you messaging this other guy? Think about that. So again, for you subscribers out here to watch the video tonight, if I'm wrong, tell me. I love a good debate. But most of the time, I'm right. So listen, until next time, hey, I hope New Year's coming up. I hope everybody's got good plans for the New Year's. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. And until next time, I will see you on the other side. Peace.